everyone, and welcome to the perspective from the front porch of the Milky Way. And look, Scott even brought a porch with him. It kind of doesn't look like the Milky Way, Scott, but maybe. I mean, if that's your perspective of the Milky Way, I love how you got the plants out there. How'd you do that today?
Well, it's actually 8 degrees when I woke up this morning. So um, this is what I would really like to be sitting at right at the moment.
Well, down here it's going to be like in the 70s today. So I'm dressed a little warm for it, but it's going to be cool.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's going to get cool though. We're going to have some drip the water weather.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
are.
Cool.
We
60s.
are. We're gonna have some drip. We're gonna have some drip the water weather for a few nights. So, yeah, here in RV world. But yeah, so welcome Scott Holmes, Reiki master extraordinaire, energy mover extraordinaire, author extraordinaire. What else extraordinaire? And front porch picker extraordinaire.
Yeah, all I need is a rocking chair and you. And we can go anywhere. We can go anywhere in the universe.
Anywhere in the universe or beyond. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to talk about today, February being the Great Reset again. Again, did you know that?
Okay.
We've had one of those every few months since I started this metaphysical journey, consciously anyway, because we've always been on one. But actually, we reset every now moment. Now, now, now. But as collectives become aware, we feel them or more aware or are more aware of them, and that's a good thing because being aware means we're using what we know about what we are to become more of what we are and to enjoy being what we are as we progress and expand more of what we are consciously. So all of this is good. Resetting is good. Um, so some may find the perspective I'm about to share a bit pollyanna or magical thinking, but energy flows where focus goes. So for the next 72 hours of nows, the perspective I would like for us to have is to just imagine. Just imagine being something exciting on an adventure. Um, an adventure of really kind of being what we already are, energy, just tactile enough to feel, being just present enough to notice, and responsive enough to shift the moment um, when it doesn't feel the way we want it to feel. Because conscious energy doesn't just project reality in order to accept circumstances, it does it to fix them, or to tolerate them, like some people think, like we've all been taught to think. It resets its frequency, it reorganizes the field, and then the circumstances follow. Experience is expressed through density that's just tactile enough to be enjoyed, not tolerated, not settled for, not merely learned from, but progressed, always, for the best and highest good, for one, for all, self respect, mutual respect, and universal love. And this reset of frequency, it happens instantly. The moment you notice, the moment you pause, the moment you come back to yourself and pivot from not bad to good, but from good to better, or even betterer than that, or better to better to better to better. That's consciousness at work. This is our work. Now, there's a shift in perspective to consider, but that's probably on another day. So we'll get back to this reset that's happening that we're going to do over the next 72 hours. Um, it's not that the reset doesn't happen instantly. What it does, what takes a little longer is the field around us, the one designed to support us, because it includes others, events, timing, sequence, time and space must be constructed for the story to unfold. And that's okay. That's why we're here to experience. So things are meant to take some time. Where are we going after all? We are eternal energy beings. That's why the 72 hours aren't really learning about resetting. You already know how to do that. It's becoming consciously aware that that's what you're doing. It's what you've been doing. It's what we've all been doing. And about giving everything else time to catch up, giving ourselves time and space to enjoy the redirect, one complete now moment at a time. Now, now, now. And the more interested you are, not forced, not giddy, unless you actually feel giddy, kind of like I do, but interested, inspired, motivated, involved, authentic, at home, real, because this is your reality, the one you said you wanted to feel, or this is what we're supposed to be doing, choosing how we feel, not something we're settling for. The more momentum you build, energetically speaking, our molecules of light, us, hues of light being, get excited. Like stardust getting caught up in the rings of Saturn or Jupiter or whatever else we want to get caught up in. Once it's there, it just doesn't stop. We just keep circling, gathering, building shape, form. And every time we reset, instantly, we add another grain to the ring. At first, subtle or not. Then somewhere along the way, the feeling starts to carry us. That's momentum. Probably the best part is we really can't mess this up. We've been doing it all along after all. We reset every now anyway. If we drift, and we have, we reset. If we forget, we will remember. If we notice late, it still counts because it can't be late because every now moment is now, here and now. Because the only moment that ever happens is now, 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 and now. So the 72 hours aren't a test. Whoever created an entire reality and said, I'm going to do this just to test myself, especially when they've been doing it for an eternity already. The 72 hours are just a container that I've created, long enough to feel the shift, long enough to get excited about continuing, long enough for coherence to become compelling. That's the adventure that I've decided to have on the front porch today, to ask you all to consider instead of focusing on this great February reset everyone's talking about. Besides, this is the exciting part because your part is really simple, being conscious energy, resetting your pivot point and feeling good, enjoying it, being just tactile enough. Just imagine giving it 72 hours of being just exactly what you are, what you always have been, just have not been consciously being or realize that's what you're being. Just energy, just tactile enough in an instant and 72 hours. That's going to change everything. So, what do you think, Scott?
Well, when I read that, it really, really, really hit home. It's that all about everything catching up to where you are. And is there anywhere that someone might be able to see that written out?
Oh, I will put it here with this video. What do you think? Will that
I
work?
think that would be absolutely amazing because the rereading of it, for me, because I read it 3 times, and the rereading of it allowed it for me to really hit home. And while you have a compelling reading voice, not all of it can be held. All that knowledge can be held all at once. So I that's why I just asked if that would be available for somebody to print out or keep in their phone or something else so they could reread it. Because I think it
Sure.
is compelling. It is that understanding of we what we generate comes back to us. The field that around us is that magnet. How we project our life is, you know, why do people live the way they live, the way they live? Why do they have the habits they have? What all of those habits? Those are just how we have decided to live within this tactile world.
Yes. With 2026 being a 10 year, which reduces to a 1, it's a restart. January has been the calm month, the month of, oh, what do I want to feel? What do I want to be? What do I want to experience? Well, there's been much to do about that in the metaphysical world. And then how February was going to take off as the fiery horse part, the part where now you've got to do something about it. Well, Where energy is focused is how things are going to go for us. Now, what does that have to mean? It means what you want it to mean. We can get all fired up about it and we can let that run away with us, and it can be difficult if we expect it to be difficult, or it can be exciting. Um, we're meant to be just tactile enough. It's a Goldilocks zone. Fourth density is a Goldilocks zone. We don't have to let it run away with us. We don't have to let it spiral down and out with us. It's up to us to choose. The pivot point is ours to set. That's what understanding what we are is about. That's what fourth density is about, is choosing. So we don't have any circumstances that we're going to have to adjust to or fix. What we have to do is say, hold on a second. I'm the tactile. I'm the one here who's been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, and I'm the one who's saying, this is how I want to feel. Now, how it's going to happen, that's the part I don't know. And that's the part that's going to be the ride, but it's going to be the ride that is going to match my state of beingness. So it is the calm we put out. We have been taught to write story with a protagonist and antagonist, a bumpy ride, all these elements that we've been told all good stories have to have. And we hold on like this. And at the end, we say, "Oh man, that was good." And I don't want to go through it again, but that was good. You know, then was it really good? If you don't want to go through it again, was it really good? Why does story have to be hard? And then we say it was good. Why can't story be, this feels good? This feels good. Hold on a second. Not feeling so good. Time to shift. Putting out. I want it to feel like, that part did, and that part did, and that part did. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Don't know how you're going to do that. Don't know even where we're headed. But it's going to feel like those parts did. It's going to be
Uh,
expansive. It's not going to be a
uh,
repeat of it. It's going to be expansive, but it's going to feel calming. The reason we have illness, the reason we have fight, flight, and freeze, the reason we have all those things is we overdo the anxiety. We overdo the things that flood the um, nervous system of the tactile being. We're not meant to overdo, not meant to underdo. We're meant to have it just right for us. Bless you. Um, bless you. We're meant
why,
to
thank
be,
you.
we're meant to be blessed. We're meant to have it just right. So, but we've been taught that we're not supposed to. We've been taught that if it's just right, well, that must not be right. No, that's when it's just right.
I love your term, and I want to bring that to anybody listening to this, the Goldilocks
The Goldilocks zone. Just right.
zone. Remember the story.
Mm-hmm.
This bed's too hard. This bed's too soft. Oh, this bed is just right.
Exactly.
How do you pick that for your life? You have to really feel around you.
Mm-hmm.
Your point that we are tactile. We are brought into this body for this experience, to be able to touch, to smell, to feel, to understand, to have emotions. And we're taught that having emotions is always going to be tough. I always think of the simplistic stories of Star Trek. Okay, and how everything was always a battle, and everything there had to be that push and pull, and it had to be terrible. And let's not go so far as to say that terrible things don't happen in life, because they do. You've experienced it. I've experienced it. Everybody out there has experienced it. But how you deal with it, how you process it, how you walk through it, you have a choice. It's perspective. You used imagined. So I love the word imagine because it comes to curiosity. Curiosity sparks imagination, sparks a different perspective. That and in the healing world, when we get in the metaphysical, when I was first taught, I was taught you've got to bring it into you, and you've got to take it, and you've got to take all these bad feelings, and then you release them. And like, that doesn't sound very good, because there were
Mm,
times that it was uncomfortable. There were times it hurt physically. I mean, it didn't sound right to me. And so now when do the healing with people, I don't take any of their energy. I don't take any of it. I allow them to be able to heal through the energy, to be able to show them how to be able to process it, to allow it to flow. And they heal themselves just being open to it. And your perspective of now,
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 now.
we can't go back in time. Well, some of us can, but and we can't go into too far in the future, because you never know where that's going to be, because each time you have a decision, and each moment is a decision, each now is a decision, it changes kind of where you go, how you flow. And it's okay to not have, you can have direction, but when you put, I need to be on March 1st, I need to be X, I need to have this done, there's expectations there, and there's disappointment, and then anxiety because you haven't been able to do that, and because so all these expectations build, and you have been a master at allowing to what
Mm.
happens, what will happen. Hey, I'd really like to have this done. Okay, let's see when it can get done. Now there's no expectations other than you'd really like to have it done. But you can always change your mind. You can always change the now. And you can always change the narrative. And that is absolutely wonderful for anybody going through rough times or even good times. Because as you said, it isn't just a bad to good, it's good to better and better to betterer.
Well, the way that works is you ask somebody what time it is. It's now. What time was it yesterday when I asked you? Well, it was then. Well, but then what time was it? Well, it was now. Well, what time will it be tomorrow when I ask you? Well, it'll be then. Okay, but what time is that? Well, it'll be now. And where will you be? Well, I'll be there. But where will you be? Well, there will be here. It's always here and now. That's all there ever is here and now. I mean, it's kind of like who's on first, right? But it's true. There's only here and now. So the reason we do the 72-hour challenge, it's not because we know what's going to happen in the next 72 hours. It's because we don't. And that's the beauty of it. That's the joy of it. It's like, I know I use the quarter analogy all the time, so we'll use this instead. We'll use my little cerulean heart here. We'll use it instead. This heart right now is this heart. But when I move it to this hand, think of it like a film strip. A film strip has frames. When you see me move it from here to here, you're seeing me do it in fourth density. So you're seeing it like, imagine this now fourth density. See this motion from here to here. Imagine now taking the film strip of my doing this, lay it out on the table, take each frame. This is here, 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 here. Okay. Now, if we allow ourselves to not be so literal, if we allow ourselves to not have to see every little motion, if we allow ourselves to skip some of them, if we allow ourselves to not
Fast
have to,
forward.
right, if we allow ourselves to do that, what's really happening is this is always a different frame. And for this, it's not just this, it is everything that supports it. Everything. Its entire beingness, its entire state of beingness, the entire universe that's holding it. Its health, its wealth, its abundance, its prosperity, its longevity of life, everything. the air it breathes, if it's something that breathes, whatever it needs to be supported, whatever, if it's conscious like we are, and it's putting out a state of beingness that I am a writer, I am successful, I am happy, I am. It is that from frame to frame to frame to frame, and everything it needs to be that is from frame to frame to frame to frame to frame. Then all of those frames are synchronized and sequenced. And I call it roll that beautiful bean footage. Okay? So that becomes part of our DNA. Okay? And then that's what our life is. Okay? All right? Roll that beautiful bean footage. So that happens immediately. When we reset our field, that happens immediately. The minute I reset, okay, that doesn't feel good. So I want to reset that too. I'm not just a writer that is successful, da 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 da, but I am, and whatever else I add to the mix, whatever other flavor I need to feel, I want to feel this. And then I am feeling, I am, whatever, whatever comes to me that is my set state of beingness, because I'm a unique perspective. Okay. Then, within my stream of consciousness, there are lesser, denser parts of me that start sending hues of light that match the frequency I just put out. Okay? That's the supporting part that shift the hues of light that I am, that are rolling my beautiful bean footage. Okay, that's the momentum that's coming, that's rolling, and that's what we see. That's the frames. Okay, but it's happening so fast that we don't see it. So, but it's a whole different heart over here. It's a whole different heart, and if I move it over here, it's a whole different one, and over here, it's a whole different one. And this is what's happening all the time with us. Okay, so for the next 72 hours, your life is shifting like this all the time, but you are instantly shifting. So, oh, well, I thought that would feel good, but I just saw a billboard sign that said something about mountains. Maybe I don't want to go to the ocean. Maybe a mountain experience is what I'm wanting. We shift, okay? So, but this heart, we're back to the heart. This heart just landed in the mountains now, okay? Or the heart just landed wherever it landed in this beautiful beam footage that's rolling, okay? But other people are in the same frequency, all right? You've landed in this frequency. You shifted, you landed in the frequency. There's other energies there. They're doing the same thing, instantly shifting. So now you all have to sync up to have a story together. If you're just going to land there, get your hair cut, that's a pretty short story. Don't have to have a lot of other things sync up. There's got to be a hairdresser there. There's got to be somebody there to cut your hair, or something like that, okay? That's pretty easy to sync up. But if you're wanting to write a book with 50 other authors, you're wanting to, and this is what we're here for, or for these experiences, right?
Yep.
So that's going to take a bit more. So you have to be coherent with yourself and your other densities that are bringing in the hues of light that are rolling, that are you. You have to stay cohesive with these hues of light, okay? And you have to stay congruent. But the congruency is, okay, somebody just called you up and said, "What are you doing? You can't do that." No, no, no. Yes, I can. Because it's how I feel. I've changed frequencies. Maybe you can't, but I can't. Somebody else calls and says, "Well, I think you should know. I feel this." And so, yes, I can. But no, people like us don't know. Maybe people like you don't, but I do. Okay? So I keep going right along. Here I go. Here I go. But other people have all got to do the same thing. So this is why it takes 72 hours. For everybody that calls and tries to pull you out of frequency, this way, that way, or the other, you have to keep holding that. And as you do, more momentum for the field you just shifted into consolidates, and you get settled into, and the momentum builds for you to stay in that new parallel you just shifted to. I use this discussion a lot. You just had an argument with the husband. The husband walks in. You just shifted. You're like, "I don't want to argue anymore." You shifted instantly. The husband walks in, whole different frequency, because he had to match you. your field has to match because you shifted. So you landed from here to here. So the husband walks in, he's got to match you, and he walks in and he says, honey, and he's sweet as butter, okay? But you immediately lose congruency and go to, oh, hell no, he's not going to talk to me that way after he's been mean as a snake for a week. Mm-mm-mm. I'm getting an apology. You just lost your congruency and you just went back to over here and being this heart, not sweetheart. You lost the parallel you shifted to. So, no, no, no. So, reset. No. Yes, sweetheart, you're right. Yeah. Because yes, we carry the past with us because this heart to this heart didn't have that past until you said, "Oh hell no," and went back to it. You want to stop smoking. You're not a smoker when you go to this hand if you say, I want to be somebody who never smoked. You're not a smoker here until you say, I'm so glad I'm not a smoker anymore. You just brought the fact that you were a smoker over here. That's how that works. So for the next 72 hours, how do you want to feel? 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 Choose how you want to feel in the present and write your lives forward. Our past stories are to inform us of how we want to go forward. People are talking all the time about how our past stories are ways to make millions, are ways to inspire others, are ways to do this, are ways to do that. No, they're not. When I tell you my past story all the time, I'm dragging my energy through your life and dragging myself through it again. My past story is to inform me what I want to write next, not what I want to keep talking about. I'm just writing it again and also informing you to write the same story. We're just looping. It's for me to say, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Just imagine, what if, and write forward. And every time that past story starts coming up, just imagine, what if? That's the reset. And you're the one who taught me that. Because I said, Scott, but I want to understand. And you said, but you don't need to. You didn't know why you were telling me that. But Scott, you're the one who taught me that. Because that was your role in my life.
And what I find, and what you say is absolutely unadulteratedly true. When I'm working with people, and working with myself, when I wrote, I needed to write about what I had experienced. I don't want it changed. And once I wrote it, I'm like, okay, I'm on to the next. I write the story now for my future, what I want to speak about going forward, how I want to be going forward. When I work with clients, I ask them if they want to rewrite their story. Now, there's so many people that are, well, if I don't have that and I don't carry that, who am I? I've had that story all my life. I've held on to it. That's my identity. That's how I based everything that I do in my life. Okay, let's make room for the what ifs. Imagine, as you say, the imagination of would you like to see life like? What would make you feel better? What vibration do you want to encounter? How, I talk to so many people who are single and they say, well, I want someone who's like this, and this. And I said,
Oh,
that's
you froze.
wonderful. Are you this, and this? Because everybody's very selfish in that aspect. They want to meet somebody who is similar to them that they can connect to. And in order to be with somebody that you want with these aspects, you have to embrace them. You have to have them
Yes.
because they're not going to give them to you. You need to have that to be able to share.
Because you have to be that frequency. So you land in the field that's that frequency. So then you sync up with somebody who's that frequency, and then you sequence a story that's in that frequency.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
So
Exactly.
all of these concepts, and for anybody listening to this, Mesha is probably one of the brightest, most esoteric, far-reaching mind that I know. She has
Hmm.
taught me so much. But when everything she's talking about can be put into the simplest of terms to be able to use it in everyday life, truly, everyday life. When it's brought down to take one turn and it changes your perception and you see things slightly differently. Change doesn't have to be this. Change can be click. And that's when it stays. That's when it comes into you and it stays with you and it becomes the new who you are. That one little click. Don't be afraid of it. You change constantly. You change your mind constantly. You experience things constantly. You're always changing. Reach a little deeper and just make that one click, that one step forward. And then tomorrow, imagine what you can be.
Yes, yes. We have so many people saying right now that it's not about feeling. Energy is vibration. Vibration is felt. So every thought, belief, idea, color, light, concept, you walk in a room, people don't have to call you anything. People can be talking in a foreign language. People can be not saying anything. It can be music. It can be music you don't even understand. If somebody is singing, you don't understand the words. You feel the room. You feel it before you enter it. You feel everything. Does it feel good to you or not? In the beginning, there was energy, neither bad nor good. Energy itself is not bad nor good. Does it resonate with you? Are you in the right field? Have you, the frequency you are, have you landed where it matches you? Does it feel good to you? Set your frequency. We don't have to deal with the circumstances we land in. If they don't feel good to you, you are consciously aware now. You know, this doesn't feel good. It doesn't mean collapse the world around you. Because what happens is when you say, I am that I am this, you don't change anything. You state what you are. And then the field around you changes. Hold that frequency of what you are. Don't let anybody else talk you out of it. You don't have to argue with people. You don't have to be argumentative. Um, just be yourself. Be calmly yourself. Be um, happily yourself. Be consistently yourself. And just do this for 72 hours. And if you notice yourself falling out of that, that's okay. Just because every now moment is a whole new now moment. You don't have to make a big deal out of it. Just stop. Breathing is how we do this. Just take a deep breath. We're resonance chambers. We're not these dense bodies that we believe we are. We're consciousness projected resonance chambers. Breathe. All the energy moves. Reset. Land where it matches you, and let things reorganize. Trust that that's happening. Know that it's happening. Don't hope. Don't guess. Know that it is. And just see in 72 hours how much things change. And the reason this is important to me right now to say, and the reason I'm going to get this one online very soon, before the weekend's up, is because February's energy is going to be faster, Scott. It is going to be
Mm.
faster. And by faster, I mean it is going to feel more intense to us. We are going to feel it more intensely. And I don't want people reacting to it. I want them having responses to it that are actionable, chosen actions that are responses in this way. From how do I want to feel? Who am I? I am. So I'm going to let you wrap up, Scott.
Feeling and exploring how you feel is not selfish.
Right.
Understanding yourself is not selfish. Everybody talks about self-help. What it is self-awareness. When you allow yourself to be fully, allow without the stories, without everything else, and to know who you are, you can respond or not respond to all those stimulus and have that calmness around you.
Yes.
Most people, because of their experiences, will react to the stimulus, understanding that everything's going to be okay, one way or another. What is okay? It's how we allow it or accept it. Is it okay? Perspective. So, what Mesha really wants all of you to do is be able to hold on to you and watch the world around you change, the immediate world around you change because you are holding that and holding true to your self, authentic self, that true
Exactly.
you.
Exactly. You choose how you want to feel. Energy flows where focus goes. What are you focused on? Are you focused on chaos? Are you focused on calm? Are you focused on, I am successful. I have everything I need. I have everything I am, I feel. And as you do that, you will land in the fields that match that. How it unfolds, we don't know, but that's the adventure. And when the adventure starts feeling too bumpy, you know you've zigged when you should have zagged. Stop, breathe, reset. It will form around you to support you. We are not collapsing timelines. That is a false way of looking at things. When we say collapse, collapse is what we get. When we say, I am looking into fields of potentiality, we are building a new field. And when that happens, the field beneath us dissolves, it resolves. We're not collapsing anything, we're progressing in new fields of potentiality. Choose to respond. That's what we're saying.
Beautiful.
Scott, tell us about the new book before we go.
The
Or
new
old
book.
books. Tell us about all the books, Scott. All 13, 15, 5 million of them. How
Oh,
many are there?
stop. From burnout to burning bright. We're working on right now. It's about burnout, overwhelm, everything that people are feeling, how to see it, how to get through it, and how to prevent it. And we have people from all over the world that are writing in this. It's 25 authors. It is the stories that are coming through are just will blow you away. And we really work hard at bringing the stories to people so that they can feel it.
Yes, yes. It's an exciting book. Can't wait for it to come out, which is in March.
March and May 16th.
May 16th. May 16th. Oh, I just know what the deadlines are. I don't know I don't know what date we're putting it out. I just know the deadlines.
It'll come.
It'll come. It'll come. It's doing this right now, folks. All right. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Scott, for joining us. And
My
hope
pleasure.
you've enjoyed our perspective. It's this and never either or. Either or is how we focus. We focused today on February being the Great Reset, but every day is a great reset. I've said this for years. As long as you're breathing, we can keep living in great big capital letters. Every moment of your life, which is your story, yours, write it your way. All you have to do is just stop. Take a deep breath. Doesn't have to be the top of the hour, doesn't have to be the bottom of the hour, doesn't have to be a Monday, doesn't have to be any special moment. It just has to be the moment you decide, hold on a second, this isn't going the way I want it to. Guess what? You're right. You get to decide how you feel. Always have gotten to. Now we know. And G.I. Joe was right. That's not, no, he wasn't. It wasn't just half the battle. It's the whole battle. So, love you all. See you all again soon here on Perspective from the Front Porch of the Milky Way. Love the porch, Scott. Bye, y'all.